Hi, this is John O'Sullivan, the Chelmsford High School librarian. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Gale Database. See, I am on the high school webpage, and see it says CHS Library. That's where we're going to have to go. See, this is the high school webpage. So I scroll down, I click on here. It's going to put me onto this page, the library page. I just want to take this time to point out we have a lot of resources, including a really large research section and writing tools if you're looking for stuff, and we have a lot of great links. But for now, what we're going to do is I'm going to click on the Gale Database right there, and it's going to open up, and it gives you a lot of choices. And you simply would type in what you're searching for here, and then it would come up on all the databases, which is a lot. So what I did was to point this out, I typed the word George Washington into the databases, and I searched all of them. So this is a power search, all the databases. And you're thinking, great, I got all these resources. But the problem is that George Washington can be a bridge, it can be a road, it could be a hospital, it's a state, it's the capital, it's a person, it's the president, it's a general. There's a lot of different things it could be. So it's too broad of a term to use. So you have to narrow it down. There's a couple ways to do that. And if you're searching all the databases, you're really not narrowing it down. So the first thing I did was I went into US history database, because that would focus on US history, and you would be less likely to get things that are ridiculously not related to George Washington. So you can see the numbers here. The numbers are down a little bit, and it breaks it up. But that still really is kind of a vague thing if you're just saying George Washington. So if you pick a specific event that George Washington was involved in, that's a good way to do it. So I went to the next time around, and I tried the Battle of Trenton. And what I got was less references here, which it doesn't always sound great, but I'm getting something specific that I want. So, and if I scroll down, the first couple ones don't say Battle of Trenton. So I have to scroll all the way. I can scroll all the way down before I actually get stuff on the, oh, here we go, Battle of Trenton in Saratoga, Battle of Trenton in Princeton. And then here's some pictures, and there's some, take the Trenton out of the Trenton State. Yeah, okay, that's not related, but you get the idea. But think of all that work in order to get a couple of good primary sources on the Battle of Trenton, which George Washington was involved in. You have to pick a database about U.S. history, something that's related to that topic, pick keywords about an event, and then from that you have to scroll down several resources down in order to find something that really fits what you want. So to show what the Gale databases can do, I picked an article here, and I want to show people the tools on the Gale databases. First one here is for teachers. You can click on this, and you can put into your Google Classroom. Here I signed in already. If you didn't, it'll ask you to sign in, and then I could pick a class. And I could then put this resource into that class. You can also sign in with Google or with Microsoft. And I can say, once I do that, I can save documents. So it gives me a lot of opportunities. I can click here to download documents. If I download documents, they'll all go into one folder on your Google Drive. So if students go in and click download a bunch of documents, it'll all go into one folder in the Google Drive. This way they don't have to bookmark things. You can send an email to yourself. You could obviously print it. You can get a link. Highlighting your notes, which we'll go over in a second. But probably the most important one here is Cite. If I click on this, I could cut and paste this. This is MLA 8th edition. And obviously if you wanted it in APA or Chicago, it's here as well. And the important thing is you can also export these into Noodle Tools. You could obviously export them into Google Documents or OneDrive or EasyBit, but you can click on Noodle Tools, and you will open up Noodle Tools, and then you could use this reference inside of Noodle Tools. And the advantage of doing this is it'll put them all in alphabetical order and keep them all in the same format. So when you print out your bibliographies at the end, it'll all be nice and neat, and there'll be less work trying to format it. So this is good to know. So now the notes part of it I wanted to mention, well, you can translate it too. This translates into a number of different languages, if that is an issue. You can change the font size. You can play this and listen to it, and it'll take a minute to load. And you can also take notes. I can highlight this, and I can click highlight, I can click note, or I can click define if you wanted to define a word. And it does save the notes and highlights right up here. So let me see if I click on notes. There we go. We have OneNote now. Okay, and then I can click play and have this read to me. And it's taking a minute. But you see this thing here? You can actually download it as an MP3. So if it was a long article, maybe you're tired and it's late at night, you could download it and actually listen to it on a device of some sort, which is a really great advantage. So okay, it's reading to me. We don't have to listen to the whole thing. You get the point. So there are a lot of really great tools here in the Gale database. It's all available online from the web. And if you look, there's just a ton of information here. And you can even go to the site if you want to look at databases for a specific area. It's listed. Also, they list newspapers and magazines and things like that. You can also read through the individual databases to find something that's connected to your subject areas. There's really a lot here for people to like. And there's a lot of tools to save the information and to cite the information and to add it to your Google Classroom. A lot here to really like, and even tools to make it accessible by having it read to you, changing the font size, translating, and even downloading it. This is John L. Sullivan teaching you about the Gale database. Thank you.